All right, let's jump right into this explainer, because today we're heading straight into one of the absolute most mysterious and unforgiving places on the entire planet. We are unraveling the incredible story of the ghosts of the Mariana Trench.
I want you to just imagine this scenario for a second. A massive metal box is hauled up from nearly 8,000 meters down, deep below the surface of the Pacific Ocean. Now the crew, they're totally expecting a box full of mud and rocks. But then, the box starts moving. I mean, talk about setting the stage for a seriously thrilling deep-sea mystery, right?
Which brings us to part 1, the mystery box.
Let's put ourselves right there on the deck of this research vessel. Picture the scene, okay? You've got this massive robotic arm slowly lifting a heavy collection box out of the water, setting it down hard onto the wet deck of the ship. Marine biologist Dr. Chen is standing right there, and honestly, you can just feel the anticipation in the air. He looks at the team, smiles, and says, "Let's see what we caught." Now keep in mind, they were expecting basic, run-of-the-mill geological samples from the ocean floor. Totally routine stuff.
So, enter engineer Lisa. With the whole crew watching her every move, she steps up and carefully unlocks the heavy lid of the collection box. She pulls it back, and they all peer inside. At first glance, it's exactly what they thought. Just black rocks and some typical deep-sea sediment. Basically, a whole lot of mud.
But then, as they start looking just a little bit closer at all that mud and those dark rocks, they spot something else. Right there, tucked away in the very corner of the box, is this pale object, just curled up. It completely, utterly stands out against all that black sediment, a totally bizarre anomaly sitting in their routine mud sample. You can totally imagine the tension here and just the pure, unfiltered curiosity. Technician Ryan leans in, practically squinting, trying to make any sense of what he's looking at, and he blurts out what literally anyone would say in that exact moment. What is that? It just so perfectly captures that raw human experience of discovery, when you're suddenly face to face with the total unknown.
So they're all staring intently at this pale, motionless thing. And then, suddenly, it moved. Just pause and think about the sheer shock of that moment. You haul up a box from a depth where absolutely nothing is supposed to survive a trip to the surface, and the thing inside twitches.
The surprise is just absolute. Engineer Lisa literally jumps back from the box in shock. And hey, who could blame her? She shouts out, "It's alive!" And that just perfectly caps off this insane moment of suspense on the deck. What was supposed to be a totally routine sediment collection had literally just turned into a major, entirely unexpected biological event.
Moving on to Section 2, a ghostly discovery.
So Dr. Chen carefully plucks this mysterious catch out of the mud. And guys, it is utterly alien. It's so eerie, let's actually walk through its physical traits for a second. First off, it is entirely transparent, like you can see right through it. Second, it has absolutely no eyes, none. And third, there are no scales. As the team described it while holding it there on the deck, it honestly looked almost exactly like a ghost.
They quickly rush this ghostly creature back inside to the ship's laboratory to get a proper identification. And honestly, this part brilliantly illustrates the true scientific awe of the moment. They realize they're looking at a Mariana Snailfish. Now, for those who don't know, this is a fish living deeper than almost any other known vertebrate on our entire planet. So in an instant, the initial suspense and mystery totally transform into just an incredible scientific marvel.
Let's talk about where it came from in Section 3, the extreme environment. Back in the lab, technician Ryan checks the ship's depth log to confirm exactly where that collection box closed. The readout, 7,900. Ryan announces to the room that thing came from 7,900 meters down. Dr. Chen just nods, confirming that they had literally pulled this living creature from near the absolute bottom of the Mariana Trench. The sheer scale of that depth is just staggering.
Well, what does 7,900 meters down actually feel like? Let's break it down. First, there is absolutely zero sunlight that reaches that far down. We're talking perpetual, pitch black darkness. Second, the temperatures are hovering right near freezing all the time. And third, and this is the craziest part, the pressure down there is strong enough to easily crush a submarine. So yeah, it is a profoundly lethal environment for pretty much anything we know.
Literally everything we know about biology tells us that survival down there should be totally impossible for a delicate, pale little fish like this. Yet somehow, it survives. Dr. Chen and the team just stand there in the lab absolutely marveling at this tiny transparent creature successfully swimming around inside its tank. I mean, it is completely defying the odds of the natural world right before their eyes.
Which leads us nicely into Section 4, Earth's Hidden Aliens.
Dr. Chen, who is still just watching the snailfish swim around, makes a profoundly interesting observation. He just says out loud, "We keep searching for aliens on distant planets." And, isn't that so true? We are constantly looking upward and outward, hoping to find some kind of extreme life out in the cold, dark vacuum of space.
But then, Ryan hits on this incredible realization. While we spend so much time searching for aliens on distant planets, some of the absolute strangest, most bizarre creatures are already living right here. We've got literal alien worlds tucked away deep down in the unexplored oceans of our very own planet. Just let this number sink in one more time. 8. Nearly 8 kilometers beneath the surface of the ocean. Think about that. 8 kilometers of crushing water, total darkness, and freezing cold. And life is down there, thriving, just waiting to be scooped up in a metal box by a robotic arm.
Which ultimately leaves us with this final, truly fascinating question to ponder today. If a fragile-looking fish can survive nearly 8 kilometers beneath the ocean, what else is hiding in places humans have barely explored? Well, thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep wondering, keep learning, and I'll catch you on the next one.